Hey everybody, nice to see you all around here. Hope you all are staying safe and doing very well. Now, I just had a great opportunity to create a bit of a different video for all of you, one that I created last year as well, cause the world's group draw has happened now. That is pretty exciting, isn't it? I feel very excited. I hope you do as well, cause it's about to go down and we have some pretty spicy groups now. I will be kicking off talking a bit about the play-in groups because, yeah, unfortunately we are in play-ins. I um I haven't had the easiest time accepting that fact, but it is what it is, and we have to fight our way through play-ins in order to reach the group stage. And to be fair, I've been in play-ins before. In 2017 we were in play-ins and we actually learned a lot playing those matches. We got used to playing under the pressured worlds, we got used to playing on stage. Now this year I don't think we're going to be playing on a stage, but the concept or the idea behind it is still the same, of just getting some official matches to, practice a bit going into group stage. I'm not saying we are surely getting to group stage, but I'm confident and I think we can make it there. I don't want to say we are going to make it there for sure, but I think we have a good chance. But yeah, I don't want to sit here and jinx us or anything. But anyways, now on your screen you should be able to see very interesting picture with two groups, Group A and Group B. We are in Group A and we have been joined by Mad Lions, Legacy Esports, Supermassive and INCC. Group B consists of LGD, PSC Talon, V3 Esports, Unicorns of Love, and Rainbow 7. If I take a quick glance at these two groups, I think it's fair to say that they're pretty balanced. There's good teams in each group. There's teams that are considered a little bit weaker in each group as well, and I feel like there's a lot of teams in general that have the potential of making it out now. LGD certainly is the one that most people look at as the favorite to go to group stage without a doubt. Ourselves and Mad Lions are being considered highly for the two other spots. Not as much as LGD, but people are putting us up there. Unicorns of Love is a team that many have talked about. PSG Talon, strong team. Supermassive INTC, strong. And then we have some interesting wildcards in Legacy V3 and Rainbow 7 that we don't really know as much about. I can't tell you for sure what the level is of these teams and how strong they are, but one thing I know for sure, and that is that wildcard teams should not be underrated. Wildcard teams can actually be really strong, and when I was in Fnatic playing in play-ins in 2017, we learned that the hard way. I don't remember what exactly the team was called that we lost to, but we lost to I think it was a Vietnamese team back then that wasn't considered very highly, rated very highly by the community, but they were actually pretty good. And in general, any team that has made it to Worlds is a good team, and no team should be taken for granted in that sense. So yeah, two pretty balanced groups. Pretty happy with the draw. We could have gotten a really hardcore group, and we managed to dodge LGD, which for us was the main thing. Just avoiding LGD. High chance that this means they're gonna go 4-0 in their group and advance straight to the group stage. For those of you that don't know, the team that goes 4-0, well, if any team goes 4-0, or at the very least the winner of each group advances straight to the group stage. The rest of the teams will have to fight for the last two spots. And yeah, just getting LGD out of the way and seeing them in the other group obviously makes me happy, because any LPL team is very scary at this point in time. facing Mad Lions from the LEC. Exciting. I obviously played against Splice last year, who has now turned into Mad Lions, but Splice was a very, very different team. And there are some pieces left from that Splice. Humanoid is there. Part of the coaching staff is the same, but they've gotten a complete revamp, and the team is now filled with rookies. They've been looking so good over in the LEC, and I'm just super excited to go up against an LEC team again and see where we stand against them. That's one of the things that's going to be really, really exciting for me coming into this tournament. Obviously, I want to see where we stand compared to all regions. LEC is a really interesting one because there's been this saying for years now about EU being a lot better than NA, and the previous years at Rift Rivals it was proven as well. I was on the EU side of it, and we didn't have the most difficult time playing against North America, and now I think it's different. And I'm not only saying that because I'm a bit biased towards NA now because I'm part of the region, but I think NA teams are like, everyone's just expecting NA teams to come into this tournament and get destroyed and just go home like instantly, but I actually think there's a good chance that an NA team is going to make a difference this time around. Now we'll have to see how it goes. It could be that that's not the case and all, but we'll see, right? For what it's worth, I am confident in our own team, and I'm super excited to go up against Mad Lions. That's all I wanted to say, really. But yeah. Other than that, not sure. I mean, as I said, all teams are pretty solid. All teams should be able to beat each other. We are playing a best of one against each of these teams. 4 best of 1 matches, and as we all know, anything can happen in the best of 1, but it's still going to be a good indicator in terms of which teams are the strongest. And now we just need to do everything we can in terms of preparation and strategy, and just making sure that we are well prepared coming into these games, so we can increase our own chances of getting to the group stages. It's not a secret that we didn't look very strong in playoffs or in the LCS. We had really high expectations. I had incredibly high expectations, and I was crushed when we lost and we didn't even make it to the final. I had a really hard time accepting that. That was quite a lot of pain I felt for a few days, and I don't want to go too much in depth into that. At least not right now, because this is not really what the video is about. But we know we have work to do. We're working on it. We're doing our very best to come into this tournament as prepared as possible, and hopefully we get to make not only the Team Liquid fans proud, but also the entire region. Oh yeah, just gonna continue working and power through, and then soon the games are happening. Time flies really fast. Like it feels like we have just played it feels like we just got knocked out of playoffs over in NA, and here we are already about to kick off Worlds. So yeah, that's the play-in group. Let's move on to the group stage group, or the group stage groups rather. Let me see. There we go. Now let's have a look. So now on your screen you see Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D. Very interesting groups. So I guess I can just read out the teams quickly. Why not? Shoutcaster Broxah at your service in Group A. G2 Suning and Maki Esports. In Group B we have Damwon, JD Gaming, Rogue. Group C, TSM, Fnatic, Genji. Now that's a spicy group, isn't it? And Group D, Top Esports, DRX, and FlyQuest. Now 2 of these groups are stacked. 2 of these groups are looking scary. One of them is one of the 2 groups that we can end up in ourselves, so that is that's a bit nerve-wracking, that's for sure. Group B and Group D are looking crazy. Damwon and JD, like basically Damwon, JD, Top, and TRX are four of the teams that are favorites coming into the tournament. Like, all of these teams are so strong. Like, there's actually two groups with number 1 and 2 from Korea and China in each of them. Whew, Rogue and FlyQuest they're in a tricky spot, there's no doubt about that. And the other groups are a bit close, I would say. Group C, definitely very exciting. TSM, Fnatic, and Gen.G. I think all teams have the potential to make it out. Group A, G2, Suning, and Maki. Pretty close as well. I guess G2 and Suning are most likely going to be favorites in that one, unless we advance from playing station and end up in that group. Am I right? Because now I am a part of Team Liquid, so obviously we will be focusing on TL. And if we advance from the playing stage, we're going to end up in either Group A or Group B. We cannot end up in Group C or Group D because there's already an NA team in those two. So it's going to be A or B depending on how the results from play-ins go. Now the way it's going to work is that if all major regions make it out of play-ins, and with all major regions I mean TL, PSG, LGD, and MAT, if all these teams make it out of play-ins, we're gonna end up in Group A for sure. If that's the case, we will end up in Group A, PSG will be in Group B, LGD will be in Group C, and MAT Lions will be in Group D. But if there's anything different happening, which is pretty likely honestly, because there's a lot of strong regions and play-ins, and as I said, a team like Unicorns of Love is someone that many have their eyes on to make an upset happen and to get to the group stage. So we'll see how it goes, right? But yeah, if all major regions make it through, we're gonna end up in Group A. If not, then Group B is a possibility as well, and it can be a 50-50 between the two. Pretty exciting. Obviously, if I am to pick one, I want to end up in Group A. Group A is, I don't want to say it's a group of life by any means, but Group B is definitely a group of death. When looking at Group B, everyone, and I mean everyone, will expect Damwon and JD to make it to the group stage. There is part of me that tells me that I want to be in Group B, because I've been in a group that has been considered group of death before. Last year, when we ended up in a group with SKC and RNG, everyone called it the group of death. We were not expected to make it out of that group, but we made it work. And beating Damwon and JT wouldn't be an easy task, but I am, you know, if it happens, I'm more than down for the challenge. But obviously, Group A seems a lot more tempting. Group B, I mean, I'm just sitting and thinking right now, like Group B. If we were to end up in Group B, and if we were to make it out of that group, that would be crazy. That would be insane. And some of you might call me delusional, but I think that would be hope. I believe in my team. I very much believe in my team, despite only ending up as third place in North America. And regardless of what happens, I'm pretty confident. And I'm hopeful coming into this tournament. Now, one step at a time, of course. We need to focus on play-ins. We need to make sure that play-ins go well and that we make it to the group stage, and then we can consider our options from there and start preparing for these other teams. And yeah, for now I'm just really excited for Worlds to kick off, and then we'll go from there, right? Our play-in group is not gonna be easy. We need to play well. We need to come in prepared, because otherwise we're gonna get knocked out pretty easily. But if we step it up, if we have some good games, and if we make the most of our practice coming into the tournament, then I think it could potentially be pretty straightforward. So yeah, in an ideal world, play-ins go well and we end up in Group A, but there could easily be some bumps in the road, right? Could easily be the case when you play against world-class teams. You never really know what's gonna happen, and you're gonna have to play at your best, or you're gonna go home. That's just how Worlds functions, right? Uh, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it, really. I just wanted to briefly touch on the groups, um, share some of my thoughts with all of you, and other than that, I'm doing pretty well in China. The past days, I mean, ever since we arrived, I haven't really been doing much other than just grinding. Really, just playing a ton of solo queue here on the Chinese super server. Has been a bit of a mixed experience. I can't really figure out if I like it or not. It's like part of the server I enjoy, and part of it not so much, because it's a very big change in playstyle. Players here are incredibly aggressive, which I enjoy. I think that's a good thing, but sometimes it's like there's a bit too much over aggression, and seeing a bit more calculated plays would be appreciated once in a while. But at the same time, it's like spicy games. Okay, I guess I'll take it. Queue times are a bit shorter too. I have around, I think, 12 ping here. When I was in NA, I played on 70 ping. Now I play on 12. Can you imagine how I felt when I came here and played Lee Sin for the first time? It's like playing a new champion. 70 ping and now 12 ping. It's actually like I'm legit playing a new champion. Lee Sin is. It feels great. The ping is probably what I love the most, honestly. It's so good. But yeah, I'm doing good. Playing tons of League. Been working out a little bit as well. Just making sure that I take care of myself, even though I am grinding a lot. Some long days, but putting in the work before Worlds, and then hopefully it's gonna pay off. That's it for me for this time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. My YouTube team will continue working on videos for all of you, and we're gonna be publishing throughout Worlds, throughout the tournament. I'll still be keeping a bit of an eye here and there, although I definitely won't be as active as I will normally for obvious reasons. I kinda have some practice to do and some tournament games to win, right? But yeah, thanks for supporting my channel. Really appreciate it. Hope you're gonna enjoy the upcoming videos. Hope you're gonna be supporting us at Worlds and cheering for us. Hopefully we can make NA proud. See you soon, everybody. I'm out. Peace. See you in the next one.